Hello everyone, this is Lady and the Violin, and today I would like to provide a review on a very special gift that I received last Christmas, and that is the Cecilio CEVN electric or silent violin. The Cecilio CEVN comes in 4 different styles. The one I received is style 2. And it also comes in, I believe, 5 different colors. The color I received was the mahogany and mahogany metallic finish, which is a very nice finish, and I'm very happy with this gift. Now, let me start by looking at what this outfit comes with. And as you can see, it comes with a very nice lightweight hard case, and it's very nice. It has a very nice black finish, and of course it has the Cecilio logo embroidery. We will open it. Inside, it's lined with a nice blue velvet fabric and a matching cover that covers the actual violin itself. I really like this detail. It comes with one standard Brazil wood bow. Not this one, this one's my own carbon fiber one, but as you can see, it's a very nice standard Brazil wood bow. It's you know, regular weight. It's a little heavier than what I'm used to, and that's why I prefer using my carbon fiber one. This violin also comes complete with very high quality rosin. It's actually very nice. I tried scratching it already, but it's a very nice rosin. I would use this rosin. And it also comes with a pair of headphones and an auxiliary. It's actually a 1/4-inch auxiliary cable, and this cable you would use to hook up the violin to an amp. And I believe that's it. One con I found with this case, and actually it's a detail that I've noticed from most cases that are lightweight, is that when you remove the actual violin, it becomes very top heavy. Even if there weren't any bows on the top, it's still very top heavy. So that's one con of this case, and maybe these type of cases. My advice is, when you do remove the violin, just make sure that the top of the case has a support. If not, it will topple over. Now let's take a look at the actual violin. As I mentioned before, I got the mahogany metallic colored one, and it actually has a very nice finish. It has a semi-gloss finish that, and like a soft shimmer effect, and it's very easy to clean. So thumbs up on the finish. Another thumbs up is the detail. The inlay detail. I really enjoy the inlay detail that it has on the tailpiece. It has like a mother of pearl detail there. Let's see if you can see that right there. And it also has the same matching inlay detail on all the pegs. Let's see, right there. You see that? So all 4 pegs have that inlay detail. This same inlay detail can be found on the bow that comes with this violin, and those are little, you know, finishes that I actually do appreciate. So thumbs up on that as well. Now about the strings, usually with violins that range in the $100 range, usually the strings you do have to change out. It is not the case for this violin. The strings are actually very decent, and it's very easy to get a good sound out of them. The pegs are easy to adjust, and they don't unravel as most inexpensive new violins do. So this one is actually very good at keeping its tune, and it's very easy to tune as well, and it's very easy to play. And I really like that the strings don't cut into your fingers, and they actually feel very smooth. So I am very happy with the strings. No need to change them, in my opinion. Now let's take a look at the back. It's very simple. You have your volume knob here, a tone knob. I usually keep it in the center. I actually don't, I can't tell the difference when it's high or low. It has a line out, a mic input, and a headphone input. And here's the on-off switch, and a battery compartment that holds a 9-volt battery, one 9-volt battery. Now, about the playability, it's a lot of fun to play. I currently do not use an amp with it. I'm working on getting that at another time. This violin has a regular headphone jack. I use a pair of headphones that are already very comfortable for me to use. Now when you do get, if you do get a separate headphone connection, make sure that you try to get one that has an L connector. That way when you connect it to the back, like so, let's see, I'm going to connect it right now. When you play, the cord will stay out of the way, as opposed to one that would pop directly out. It probably would get in your way when you're playing. So make sure you get an L-shaped connector. All I do is I connect it to my current headphones that I really like. So here you go. And actually, these headphones will end up in my storage bin, so I'm most likely never going to use these, but I'm pretty sure they work very well if you just want to get started and you don't have a pair of headphones that you prefer. So this violin is a little more weight than your typical acoustic violin, so a shoulder rest is recommended. So let me just grab one. Alright, so I got my shoulder rest. I prefer the Mach 1 shoulder rests, and fortunately, since this violin still has the shape of a acoustic violin body, it's very easy for me to just apply any shoulder rest to it so that I can play comfortably. Here we go. So once I put it on, now I can sustain it very easily and play very easily. It's not as loud as an acoustic violin, and it's perfect for practicing because it's loud enough for you to tell what you're playing. Let me demonstrate a scale. See if I can get it. Very muted, a little nasally, but enough for you to have an enjoyable practice. And you can play comfortably with the headphones on. keep in mind this review is from a beginner's point of view. I've been playing since May of 2018. It's been about 9 months now. And having experimented with a lot of inexpensive violins, I know the issues that come with buying a low budget violin. And one of the issues is that the strings tend to cut into your fingers. This doesn't happen with this violin. Another issue is that the parts are not very high quality, so the tail guts tend to break easily. This is not the case with this violin. The fingerboard might be ebony, I'm not sure because I can't tell the difference, but it does maintain its color very well, and when I play I don't get the dyes on a black dye on my fingers, so most likely this is an ebony fingerboard. Another issue that I tend to get with inexpensive violins or budget violins is that the pegs tend to unravel, and that is not the case with this violin. In fact, this has been the easiest violin to tune. I haven't had any problems. It's easy to use these fine tuners as well, which is what I've mostly been using ever since the initial time I've tuned this violin. So I highly recommend this for any beginner that wants to experiment with this type of instrument. Now, there are two cons that I found with this violin. Now, let me just take off my headphones for now. Now, with the violin itself, the two cons I have found, first is the chin rest. Now, it comes with a very good Guarneri style chin rest. Now, typically with these chin rests, the center brackets tend to hit my collarbone and cause a lot of irritation. So the first thing I needed to do with this violin to play it comfortably was to change out the chin rest. And it's not easy to change out the chin rest. Why? Because the actual body of this electric violin is thinner. This area right here is thinner than your typical acoustic violin. So a typical bracket like this one is too tall. It will not close in to be this as short as the width of this violin body. So I decided I'll just use the bracket from this chin rest and apply it to the chin rest I want. Easy, right? But no, the bracket that comes with the chin rest is more narrow than a standard bracket. So the chin rest wasn't going to fit to this new bracket. I had to drill another hole to accommodate the bracket that came with the original chin rest. And as you can see, there's that extra hole right there. And right next to it, I drilled another hole. And that solved my problem. And I was able to mount this different chin rest, and now I'm able to comfortably play it without having any chin rest issues. So if you are compatible to this type of chin rest, you will not have that problem at all. So that's one con. So the second con I found, I would prefer the bridge to be a little more curved. It's not too angled as what I'm used to. My acoustic violins have a little more angle between the D and the G string. So with this violin, you will not have too much trouble playing double stops, but you will have you would have to make a little bit of an adjustment when playing single strings, because I tended to hit the G string a lot. But after a lot of practice with this violin, I am able to play without hitting the G string as often as I used to. But I will probably have the bridge adjusted a little more so that the curve is a little more pronounced between the D and the G string. So that's the second con. Other than that, I really, really enjoy playing this violin. It's you don't need too much of a transition when you get started with this one. You don't need to change out the strings. The finish is beautiful, the details are beautiful, and you can get a good tone out of it if you practice enough. So for any beginner, any novice to electric violins, I highly recommend you get your feet wet with this one. My overall rating for this violin, if it were a 5-star rating, I would say it's 4 out of 5 stars. Only because of the minor modifications you have to do to make this violin comfortable to play. But they're very minor. For the cost, which is around the $120 range, the value is very, very, very good. Highly recommend it. And like I said, it's a lot of fun to play. I can't wait to experiment with different audio effects once I get an effects processor or an audio interface to connect to my computer. Anyways, that's my review for now. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.